Okay, good evening once again. I'm going to lower everybody's hand. So there's no need to raise your hand except we get to a point where we start asking questions. So this is how we're going to go. We're going to, I'm going to unmute Augustina. Augustina, I'm asking you to unmute so that if there's an issue, if we can't hear me, if you can't hear me, you'll let me know. Augustina, I'm asking that you unmute. So I'm asking you to unmute. Can you do that? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do a short presentation. It's just about, what, 20 minutes or so. During the presentation, you will not be able to ask questions in the chat. I've disabled the chat, but after the presentation, I'm going to open up the chat and then we can ask our questions. I want you to pay attention to the presentation. So you're not asking questions that I've already answered during the presentation. So that's the reason why I am disabling the chat, so that you don't, you don't start distracting everybody. Augustina, is that you?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I just needed to know that you could unmute so you can hear me clearly, right?
Yeah.
Good. That means everybody can hear me. So I'm going to share my screen now and go through the presentation, and then after that we can start answering questions. Please do not put any personal details by the time we open up the chat. Do not put personal details, do not put any affiliate links, do not put a phone number, do not put your name, yeah, and do not try to solicit or sell anything here. We're not selling anything on this presentation. If you do that, we're going to be removing you from here. Okay, so let me just share my screen and I'll just go through the presentation. Augustina, if at any point you can't hear me or there's a technical issue, just speak up so that I will know. Share chat, share screen. Oh, come on. Just give me a minute here. Okay, so this is the presentation. So once more, thank you everybody for coming in this evening for us to talk about how you can make Canada your new home. So today's presentation is just showing you a step-by-step guide to make Canada your new home. Please do not write on my screen, and how are you even able to do that? Oh no, come on. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Okay, so today we'll discuss what is unique about Canada. What are the current opportunities for you to legally relocate to Canada if you live outside of Canada? How you can relocate to Canada in the next 6 to 12 months. And then that is when we'll go into the Q&A sessions. So what is unique about Canada? I mean, there are other great countries in the world. There's the US, there's Australia, there are European countries, there's the UK. So what is unique about Canada? Why Canada? It's because it is one of the best countries in the world. It was rated the best country in 2021 in the entire world. It is an economically stable country, has well-developed public health system, much more than those in the US. The US even, Lord, they talk about the public health system of Canada a lot. It is the best in the world. It has a well-developed education system. It's a very family-friendly place. So this is somewhere you can raise your children with peace of mind. It is a beautiful country. And then about the family friendly, we have gun laws, which is different from what you have in the US. You can't just buy a gun in Canada and start shooting people, but you can do that in the US. It's a beautiful country in terms of the landscape, the mountains, the ponds, the lakes. And then more importantly, it offers immigration options to foreigners. So this is one thing that it has that a lot of the other great countries, so to speak, do not have. And then what are the current opportunities that you can use to make Canada your home? So if you're inside Canada and if you're out of Canada, there are different immigration routes. So if you're in Canada, there are a lot of immigration routes, over 85 immigration routes for people that are in Canada. But if you're outside of Canada, the routes for you to immigrate to Canada are very limited. So currently we have the student route. The study route is the route that is currently available for people who are outside of Canada since COVID started. There are other routes, but they are currently paused. So there's the express entry, which is for skilled workers. There's the provincial nominee programs, which the provinces use to invite people to their provinces. There's the home care worker, and there are other immigration routes. There's the AIPP, there's the agricultural immigration, but all those ones are paused. And because since COVID started, there has been a backlog of applications. So over 2.5 million applications are pending for these routes for people that are outside of Canada. However, if you live inside Canada, all these routes are still being processed for people who live inside Canada. But if you're outside of Canada, you can only come in now through the study route. But the government of Canada has announced that the express entry will start next month, but with the backlogs, we don't know what's going to happen. So we need to wait till next month to see what happens. Yeah. So why should you use the student route now? Don't forget, I said that that is the route that's currently available to you if you live outside Canada. However, if you can use the student route and come into Canada, then you have like 85 other immigration routes that you can use to become a permanent resident, which is the main thing of coming to Canada. You want to be a Canada permanent resident and you want to become a Canadian citizen. That is why you want to come here. So why study in Canada? The reason why I'm recommending study in Canada is because you get world-class education. If you're from Nigeria and other English-speaking countries, you do not need the IELTS. You can work 20 hours a week, and that will help you to gain Canada work experience, which is very important by the time you start looking for a job, by the time you finish schooling. You have an opportunity for your family to join you. So your spouse and your children can actually either come with you to Canada or join you by the time you're a student in Canada. Then you have opportunity for a post-graduation work permit. So if you schooled in Canada, yeah, for at least 8 months, which is usually like 2 terms and 1 year, you get the opportunity to have post-graduation work permit after school. Yeah, so long as that school is offering the PG WP to you. And most importantly, coming into Canada to study gives you the opportunity to become a Canada permanent resident. You don't just want to come here and study and go back. For most people, you want to come here, study, and have the opportunity to live here permanently with your family, raising your family here. So what is the process of coming to study in Canada? It's actually simple. You search for a school and you get your letter of admission. You apply for visa using the guidance that we provide. You do your medicals. So you can either do your medicals upfront before you apply for visa, or you can do it by request when a visa officer requests for it. And then you get approved, your study visa, and then you're able to move to Canada. So in a snapshot, this is the process. Very simple, right? So the opportunities to study. 1 second, let me just clean this. Just give me that 1 minute. So the opportunity that are available for study, you can come to study in Canada from high school, yeah? From high school, but we're not going to be talking about high school here, but you can come in as a high school student, you can come in as an undergraduate to do your bachelor's or diploma, you can come in to do an advanced diploma. So if you already have a diploma, you have very poor GPA, you can come in to do an advanced diploma. Postgraduate diploma and postgraduate certificate is for those who Those who already have like a degree, you can do your master's or your MBA, and you can even do a PhD. Okay, so those are all the opportunities available for study. Now there's the fall term, which starts in September. There's the winter term, which starts in January. So those are the two major terms. But some colleges also have the summer terms, which start in May. So currently schools are open, collecting or receiving applications for the winter term. The winter term is currently on. It starts in January. So you still have 6 months to get your letter of admission and also to apply for your visa. And that is more than enough time for anybody who wants to come to Canada in January of 2023. So the important things that you need to be able to come to study is your international passport. Very, very important. You cannot travel without a passport. You cannot apply to schools without a passport. It is one of the documents that you have to submit. And you need at least 6 months validity on your passport before you travel. So it's not even before you are applying, it's before you travel. You need to have 6 months. Some airlines will not let you into the plane if you don't have at least 6 months. Some, it's not all of them. You need your transcripts, yeah? So you need to get a transcript from your university. They can give you an unofficial copy or a student copy, which you can upload to as many schools as you're applying to. They don't have to send it to your school. They can give it to you by hand. Some schools will say they don't, but if you talk to someone there, they will be able to give you. If you're an undergraduate, when they ask for transcript, we're talking about your WAEC result and your scratch card. Then you need references. It is very important that you get references of people who have actually taught you before. So your previous lecturers, your previous professors. But if you can't get that, then I guess your manager from work. And then most importantly, you need a system or a guide to help you through the process so you are able to do everything successfully. So what should you study? If you're an undergraduate, of course, you study whatever it is you want to study, but you make sure that you qualify. You need at least 7 to 9 subjects, depending on the school. That's why that range is there, including at least a C in math and English. So maybe a C4 or a C5 or a C6. Some schools insist on C4. Some schools just want a C, okay? If you want to go for postgraduate, from advanced diploma to PhD, it's important you do something that aligns with your previous studies, more importantly, your previous studies, or if your studies was so far away, then maybe your previous work experience, you can show evidence that you've done that job, evidence that you've been trained, or you have any other certifications that will qualify you to do that as a postgraduate. Okay, so let's talk about scholarships and funding. So schools in Canada do offer scholarships and funding. It doesn't actually go to everybody. So there's a misconception there that everybody gets scholarship, which is not possible. Funding is usually available for thesis or research programs, mostly. So, and funding is when there's a tuition waiver. So a school pays up your tuition. There's no need for you to pay tuition. You actually are able to attend school tuition free. And there are some fundings that also cover your living expenses. So you get some extra money to be able to pay rent and feed, which is like the most important. This is the most attractive package or the most attractive study available to people. And a lot of people want that, but it's usually limited, okay? Then you have entrance scholarships. It's usually given to bachelors. So a lot of times if you're coming in as an undergraduate and you have a good result, you can get scholarships. Scholarship is just part payment to cover part of your tuition. So you can get a $5,000 scholarship, for example, but your tuition is $15,000, you still have to pay the $10,000, okay? That's what scholarships are. And then if you come into Canada as a student and you're in any school, there are lots of opportunities for scholarships. There's all sorts of scholarships, available to even international students. For domestic students, there's a lot, but there's also a lot for international students. So you could come in, maybe you just got a scholarship or probably you didn't get any, but when you come in as a student, and then you start getting acquainted with the school, you'll see a lot of opportunities for scholarships. How much proof of funds should you have? You should have enough money to cover your tuition and living expenses, okay? Proof of funds is one of the more important things when you're applying for visa. You must show that you can pay your fees, okay? If you had funding or scholarships, then that is also a proof of funds. You need to have 10,000 Canadian dollars per year, okay? And you're proving your proof of funds for 1 year most of the time. So you're showing that I can pay my tuition, I can pay my fees for 1 year, and I can, you know, take care of my rent and feeding and stuff. The school is not responsible for accommodation. The school is not responsible for feeding. You are. So you can either be sponsored by someone else or you can be sponsored by yourself. Yeah. So those are two scenarios. I can say, okay, I'm going to school, I'm sponsoring myself, I'm leaving my job, I'm leaving my business, and I'm going to Canada. So I am sponsoring myself, and I have to show all the monies for all the years that I'm going to study. So if I'm studying for 2 years, I should be able to show the monies. But I can be sponsored by someone, your mom, your dad, your spouse, your sister, your brother, an uncle, sometimes even a friend or a distant relation can sponsor you. And you need to show 4 to 6 months bank statement that has readily available funds. Yeah, so pension funds does not qualify as proof of funds, yeah, for that time, it doesn't. But if you were coming to Canada for permanent residence, then pension fund applies, and that's a different discussion. But you should have this money from 4 to 6 months, and that's where Canada is different from the UK, which is 28 days. But in Canada, it must be 4 to 6 months, and you must show that that money is not encumbered by debt and it's available to you to study. Can I apply with my family? Very popular question. The answer is yes. You can apply with your immediate family only. So that's your spouse and your children. You can either apply with them immediately, or they can apply to join you when you're already in Canada. Now, there are two things I like to point out when people ask if they can apply with family. Number one is that you need to show enough funds to cover all the family members. And if you're the student and you're just going with children without a spouse, you need to show a plan that you can actually take care of the children and also school full-time, because if you're schooling in Canada, it is full-time. There's no part-time for international students. If you want to get a post-graduation work permit, you must school full-time. You should not have a break in your studies. That is a completely different discussion. You cannot have a break. It will affect your post-graduation work permit. And then if you come with your family, it may affect the visa officer's decision. The reason is because you're coming to study, yeah? You say you're coming to study for 1 year. Visa officer might think that you are packing your whole family. You have no intention of returning, which is the intention of that visa officer at that point, is to make sure that you have shown them and they are convinced that you're going to come back. So why may your admission or your visa application be denied? Simple. You do not meet the program requirements or admission package. Your admission package is not strong enough. I see people all the time applying for programs and that they do not qualify for, and they don't even know how to check whether they qualify or not. And then the school just sends you a letter of refusal and you're heartbroken, but you should have applied to something else. And then when it comes to visa, your visa application does not meet the immigration requirements. Yeah. So there are immigration requirements that sometimes is not available to the public, but it's available to people who are immigration consultants. Yeah. So there are some things that the visa officer is looking out for. And if you don't know, you submit an application that doesn't meet those requirements, or you have a weak SOP or a weak LOE, and the visa officer is not convinced, or you just don't know how to convince them. So this is the reason why your visa application might be refused, even though you do have admission and you feel that you've submitted a strong application. The visa officer is not convinced that you return after your studies. So all their refusal reasons, when they send you a letter, they just say, I am not convinced that you return back after your studies. Yeah, because maybe funding, they are not convinced that you're funded. A lot of things. I cannot go into refusal reasons here, okay? But these are some of the reasons why you either get refused for admission or for visa. So how do you increase your chances of success? Because it seems as if I've painted a gloomy picture, but it actually is not. I can show you a system that will show you or take you by the hand step by step and will help you to achieve your dream of relocating to Canada in the most affordable way, yeah, possible, and successfully. It's affordable, and not just affordable, it can help you to succeed in your dream to move to Canada. Now, this system is a comprehensive step-by-step do-it-yourself guide that anyone can follow. So it's a do-it-yourself guide, but you are actually guided and taken by the hand from the beginning to the end. So you're shown what to do. You can contact me or my team if you run into a hitch or you have a question to ask. And then we have a simple, easy to use school search tool that you can search for suitable programs. Those tools are there. There are like 3 tools in this system that can help you to search for schools. There are sample templates that you can copy and model, because sometimes you have to email professors, sometimes you have to write a statement of purpose or a statement of intent. We have samples that can guide you so that whatever you're writing is something that will actually be accepted by an admission committee, and then they'll give you admission. We show you guidance on how to access international loans to fund your studies. So people ask funding, they ask for scholarships. Loans are also available, international loans. You can actually get these loans. People do get these loans, and we show you in the Japa system the organizations that give these loans and how you can access these loans. We also show you comprehensively, step by step, how you can apply for study visa. Study visa, you have to be very strategic, yeah? So we show you documents you should submit. We show you how to go about it in step by step, very strategically, as well as show you samples of SOPs and give you guide on how you can apply online for your study visa. And then you have access to me. You have access to my expertise and my experience, as well as that of my team. And then the system that I'm showing you can even be used to get admission in other countries. So people have used this system, not just for Canada, they have used it to get admission to the UK and to US as well. And then we provide professional services for those who need them. Now, this is a DIY system. So it's a system where you do it yourself, but there are some people who are just too busy. They are bankers or whatever, and they can't do it themselves. We provide professional services that are paid. So those are paid professional services, but you absolutely don't have to use the professional services. So this system, you take all of my experience and my expertise to avoid the cost of errors. And the cost of errors can be in the cost of time, in the cost of money. So you can lose money applying all over and over again. You can also lose time. Do you understand? You wanted to move to Canada in 2019, you've been refused 5 times. You are still where you are. So you avoid all that. So you follow who know road. You know how they say it now? You skip the bad stuff and move to the good stuff more quickly and for less money. Do you understand? If you're going to try and figure it out yourself, go to Google and go to YouTube and start typing. There's all sorts of rubbish information on the internet. I'm telling you, all sorts. People just write rubbish. And then you can be following the wrong information and then getting yourself into trouble. So this system is the No Hassle Naija to Canada Japa system. This is the comprehensive step-by-step system I was telling you about that will take you by the hand, show you how to apply for schools, show you how to get scholarships and funding if you actually do qualify for them, show you how to apply for visa, all without needing to use agents. Please, can you mute yourself? If you're muted, please mute yourself. So the Canada Japa system works. It works. Now, whether you believe it or not, whether you jump on it or not, it works. And it is what the investment you make, as long as you have the right mindset and you work the system. So evidence that it works. Okay, I'm going to show you some evidence. So on the left there is a visa, study visa that was approved June 16th, which is like a couple of days ago. They applied May 9th and they were approved June 16th. So this is the original passport request where the visa officer is saying, submit your passport so that we can put your visa in it. So this is one evidence. Now on the right there is my own letter. So I've put in my own letter when I was applying to come to Canada, March 6th of 2018. This is my funding letter. And if you can see, funding for year 1, you can see it was $27,076. My fees, I think my tuition was about $22. So I had an extra $5,000 to pay accommodation and to feed. That means I didn't have to spend anything in Canada because my studies were funded. This is another study visa that was approved June 15th. They applied March 4. They did their biometrics on the 4th of March and they were approved. And you can see the person saying, thank you so much for your excellent work. You're really the best in this. Your eye for detail, personal touch to application really paid off. Thanks again. Okay. Now this is somebody else that got a $25,000 funding for my studies. And they're saying amazing. And they're sending this, they're sending this message to say, thank you. Yeah. Following the process in the blueprint, I received $25,000 funding. This is someone else who also got approved May 5th, 2022. And they say, my wife's Canada visa has been approved. And they sent me a message to say, thank you, that the Japa system boosted their confidence and their ability to apply for Canada visa without the help of an agent. Yeah, all these people I'm showing you without the help of an agent. And this person sent a message to say, I've been admitted. This other person said, I got study permit at the age of 49. Some people are 32 and they are saying, Sheyi, am I too old? How can you be too old when someone is getting their study permit at age of 49 and completing my 2-year study, and by 2 months they will get their 3-year work permit, and of course they have the opportunity to apply for permanent residence despite that age. Okay, this other one got approved June 7th. So this one is, and I think this was a spousal open work permit. So this person was applying to join their spouse in Canada. They applied December 30th and they got approved on June 7th. And this is their original passport request. So when you see original passport request, it means the visa officer is asking you to submit your passport so that they can stamp it with your visa. Here someone is saying they requested my medical last week, and I was joyful telling her, I'm so happy to get this news. Your study visa is almost here. So her medical request was requested by, her medicals were requested for by the visa officer. And when they do that, it means that they want to approve. And she's now approved. In fact, she just came to Canada last week. She came in last week. She called me and said she's already here. So this one is recent. She's just here to start her studies. And then this person, you can see, got admission in the UK and they got scholarship, and they sent me a message to say, though this is UK admission, I actually used all I learned in the Japa system to apply, and it even came with a £4,000 scholarship. So that's why I said that the Japa system can be used for any country, even though I have prepared it for Canada, but it's so comprehensive and so explanatory. You can actually use it for any other country. We have lots of testimonials. Someone said they have been offered admission from Fanshui. They are going to Fanshui College and they are already processing their visa, this person. And then someone else here is saying, just talking about the Japa system, Sheyi Obasi's Japa system stands out among hundreds of thousands. I like it for simplicity, clarity, and result-driven. A layman can use it, and they are talking about how they've been able to use the package and now it has helped them. This is someone's visa. This is a Canada visa. Okay, this is a sample of a Canada visa, and they got this in August of 2021 to September. It's processed in Nairobi. So this is what the Canada visa looks like. And this is someone, her name is Angeline. She's also here in Canada. She just graduated and she's an international student as well. So these are samples of people. There are lots of them. I don't want to bore you with too many, but we have video testimonials on the sales page. There are lots of video testimonials. We continue to update them as we get. I think right now we have like 6 or 7 video testimonials on the sales page, and I invite you to go there, check it out. These are videos. You can see the people talking about their experience. Lots of people don't want to do videos, so they send me messages or they send me testimonials via text, and those are the ones that I screenshot and put in here. Okay, so we have lots of testimonies. That's why I'm telling you that the Japa system works. It does work. It's been working and it will continue to work. So why did I create Japa system? Because I have been in your shoes. Do you understand? I have been there. I have felt hopeless. I felt helpless. I felt like I don't even know what to do when I started. Truly, I did not know where to start. And so I understand what it is like. And it's with that understanding that I created the Japa system. I know what to put in Japa system because I knew the questions that I had. I knew the questions that I have been getting. And this is the same system that I used to come to Canada. It's the same system that all these people have been showing you, can mention so many names, have used as well. And then another reason is because using agents or using a good agency is very expensive. Yeah, even the fake agencies, the ones that don't know what they are doing, are expensive. Talk of the good ones. They are very expensive. And people have been duped of large sums of money. I can't even go into the number of people who have called me with millions of naira and other amounts that they have actually lost to people who have told them lies. Okay. So this is part of the reason it saddens me. I don't like it. Yeah. So you don't have to use an agent, especially one that can put you in trouble. Agents can actually put you in trouble. They can put a wrong document there that can get you banned from applying to Canada for 5 years. It's terrible. And then another reason why I've created this Japa system is that Canada needs you. I'm telling you, Canada needs people. This place, some places here are almost empty. They need people to fill this place. And that's why Canada has all these immigration routes, because they want people to come to Canada. And I want to help you to get here. I want to help you to be one of those people that are able to, use this Canada immigration route before it actually stops. Okay, nobody knows when, in what year Canada will stop doing immigration. But as long as immigration is open, it's an opportunity for you to leave your country. It's an opportunity for you to come here, avoid, whatever. I don't know where you are, but most people here are from Nigeria, and things are really tough there, insecurity and all that. So, but Canada, like I said, is family friendly, and they need you. Canada, that is why they are creating all these immigration routes, because they want people to come, and you can actually come using the study route, and you can come without being duped. You can come without using an agent. And then the Japa system also offers this limited time special bonuses. It's limited time because these bonuses can go away anytime. So how to get a job and accommodation in Canada, I get that question a lot, and I explain it in this special report. And then an important checklist that shows you 12 things that you need to start studying in Canada. Sometimes people come to Canada to study, they are just lost. Coming to a new country where you don't know anybody, you don't even know what to do. So this guide shows you the 12 things you need to do. And in the Japa system, I also show like things you must do when you get to Canada. Do you need to get your SIN? Do you need to get medicals? How do you look for accommodation? All those things, guiding you by someone who has already been there. But this is not for everybody. And the reason is because not everybody wants it badly. Like I can talk from now till next year, but some people will just, one, they will say they can't afford it. Two, can't go through the wahala, but they continue to complain. So not everybody wants it badly enough. This is only for those who want it badly enough. And we have decided that we're only taking 50 clients per month, so that we can give the enough information and enough attention that we can to those 50. So if it's the time is up, 50 is up, then you have to wait till next month. And like I said, you need to be moving because time is going. Canada changes their immigration policies like someone changing the channel of a television. They change it a lot because things are moving very fast in Canada, and then with immigration as well. So the No Hassle Naija to Canada Japa system, you can get it for only 40,000 naira. Now, this is the cost of buying a good pair of shoes or a good pair of handbags. The ladies know now, even the Brazilian wig is more than 40,000. And this is something that can help you to actually actualize your dream of coming to Canada to study. You get Canada education, you get Canada work experience, and best of all, you get Canada permanent residence. And after 5 years of being in Canada, you become a Canadian citizen. You can apply for citizenship after 5 years. You can imagine having a Canadian passport. You can enter like 127 countries in the world without visa. It's amazing. So when can you start? You can start today. You can start right now. Remember, I said that admissions are open for January 2023, and some colleges have already opened the one for May 2023. Okay, so they're already starting taking people. There are some programs you will go even January 2023 is filling up. They are waitlisting people because they have everybody. So it's very competitive. Most people in most countries, it's not just Nigeria or Ghana or Cameroon, even Brazil, the United States, you'll be surprised. India, oh my goodness, India, China, those people are rushing these schools. India especially, they are dangerous. So the classes are filling up, their seats are filling up. So you can actually start today. So the question is, what are you going to do? I've given you all the information, at least most of the information, what you need to do in a snapshot without boring you and without talking too much, to tell you that you can actually become a Canada permanent resident using study route. I've shown you how amazing a country Canada is, and you can actually become a citizen in Canada after 5 years of staying in Canada legally. So what are you going to do? There's two roads in front of you. You can say yes, and then take this opportunity, have access to me, and let's start your Canada journey, or you can say no and continue to complain, or There's no harm in like trying something else. But the thing is that if you do nothing, nothing changes. And this is not just for Canada. If you do nothing, nothing changes. If you wanted to go to the UK, if you want to go to the United States, you want to go to Europe, anywhere you want to go, you have to start doing something. You have to make a move, take action. You can be confessing, you can be praying, but if you don't take action, nothing changes, okay? Don't let your children ask you in a few years' time, Mommy, Daddy, what were you doing when others were jackpying? I spoke to someone yesterday and she was like, that is her fear. She doesn't want her children to come and ask her in 5 years' time, Mommy, what am I doing in this country? Why didn't you jackpot when others were jackpying? And I was just laughing, but I could understand what she was saying, okay? And you don't want this to happen to you. So don't miss out on this opportunity. What do you need to do? Ask whoever invited you here for a link to purchase. Go back after this webinar, tell whoever sent you here that I am ready to jump on the Japa train. How can I get access? And they will send you a link where you can actually make your purchase and you can get access. But all sales are final. That is why I'm taking the time to explain what is involved. And that's why I'm doing the explanation myself. We do not do refunds, okay? So all sales are final. You have the opportunity to ask questions. You have the opportunity to go through this presentation again. You also have the opportunity to go through the sales page. I told you there are videos there or testimonials. There's much more information. There's a frequently asked questions video in the sales page that answers a lot of the questions that I know I'm still going to get now. They have already been answered, okay? So after you've made successful payments, you will get a page like this. You would see this. So our course is hosted on a learning platform, and you would actually have to click the blue button here to start. But you get an email that explains, what you need to do after you make purchase, okay? So thank you. I don't know how long I've been talking, maybe 30 minutes. I'm glad you stayed from the beginning to the end, and I'm going to be taking questions now. So I'm going to stop the share button and I'm going to open up the chat, and you can actually start typing your questions. There are so many hands that are raised, and I don't know who raised their hands first. So you will type your questions and we will start taking it from there. So I think the chat box is open. And then I can see some hands raised. So I can just, while we're waiting for the question, I would just ask you to unmute as I see. Owolabi Babatunde, I've asked you to unmute. You can unmute and ask your questions. So schools in Canada are not application fee free. If you want to apply to a school in Canada, you would pay application fees. Now there are a few schools, I don't know them now, like I have a list somewhere of a few schools that might not, a few universities that might not take application fees, but most of the schools in Canada do take, you have to pay application fees of between $75 to $150. Owolabi Babatunde, ask your mute. You can actually ask your question, Owolabi Babatunde. And then Faustina, Augustina, you can start reading the questions, okay? The questions are so many and they won't. Okay. Yes. So if you, people are putting the questions.
Question.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Yes, good evening. The first question we have here is, this person is saying he has a third class, he's a third class graduate. How will he apply?
By applying now. Yeah, third class, you apply by applying. You can still get admission even though you have a third class.
Okay. Another person is saying most universities, polytechnics in Nigeria uses pass in English. Now, how can he apply to schools in Canada?
Polytechnics did what?
He said the polytechnics in Nigeria, they use this pass in English. How can he apply to a postgraduate program?
I don't understand. Just with a pass in English from a polytechnic?
Yes.
So if you went to a polytechnic, that means he has a HND or an OND. It has the pass, doesn't matter if he has a diploma.
Okay, and this person is saying he has a GPA of 2.94. Can he apply?
Yes.
Another person is asking how can he apply from Ghana?
The same way now. It doesn't matter where you are. Application is done online. And in Japa system, I do a demonstration of how to apply online. So even if you're in Ghana, Brazil, wherever, India, you can apply online.
Okay. Another one is asking, where can I find the sales page?
So just go and meet. How did you get here? Somebody invited you. Go and ask whoever invited you for the sales page. They'll send it to you. If I invited you, ask me. I will send it to you.
Yeah, the next question. This person is saying he got admission. How does he apply with an OND certificate?
How did he get the admission in the first place now?
No. He said his admission was for OND. So he just finished his OND. How will he apply with an OND certificate?
That's a very funny question. How is you apply by applying now? You can do an advanced diploma with an OND. The same way the master student apply. That's how you apply, by going to the school website.
Okay, I think you answered this when you were giving your presentation.
So if I answered it, just jump it, just forget it and move to another one. If I've answered.
Okay. This person is asking the amount in USD.
I don't know. You have to convert it.
Okay, and then the next question is schools that don't require IELTS, right?
Okay, so recently, there was now a lot of schools, because Nigeria is an English-speaking country, a lot of schools will waive the IELTS for Nigeria. And recently there was an announcement that schools in Canada were going to waive the IELTS for Nigerians. So Nigeria is going to be in the English-speaking school. It's already in the English-speaking school, so a lot of schools will not request the IELTS from you. However, if you're applying for visa and you wanted to do the expedited visa processing for students, you would need the IELTS, but you don't have to do that.
Okay. The next question, what is SOP and LOE?
SOP is statement of purpose. LOE is letter of explanation.
Okay. I don't know. This person is asking what is the required CGPA?
For what? That's the thing. For what? The required CGPA is usually on the school website. If you go to the program page, admission requirements, you would see the required GPA there.
Okay, next question. I have a diploma. Is it advisable to apply for undergraduate or advanced diploma?
I would say advanced diploma.
Okay. The next question. This person is asking, after making payments, are you going to help us throughout the process?
So if you listened while I was explaining the system, it is a do-it-yourself system. So I'm not going to be searching for schools for you. I'm not going to be, all the tools, like everything that you need to know to do, the tools have been provided in Japa system. However, if you're unclear about something, or you need an explanation on something, or you need to rub minds with someone, I am available for that. But this process is absolutely do-it-yourself. You don't need an agent. So if you wanted me to do something for you, then you have to pay now. If you can't meet an agent, they will charge you. That's why the Japa system is there, so that you don't pay those monies.
Okay. Next question. What are the opportunities for current students in BC?
I will not be able to answer about BC specifically now. Okay, that's something too specific. Just go to to Google and type BC, student opportunities for BC. BC has a lot of schools as well, so I don't know how you want me to answer that question.
Okay, next question. This person is asking if he can apply using a NECO for undergraduate.
Yes.
Okay, next question. Can I apply through the study route while pregnant?
Yes, you can. You can apply while pregnant. The only thing is that you have to do medicals. Medicals usually involves an X-ray, and I know X-ray is not good for pregnant women, but you can always talk to the hospital when you're there. I hear they can use a double screen to cover your tummy, or they can find a way around it. So yes, you can apply if you're pregnant.
Okay. The next question. This person is asking if the 40K is for all the 3 books combined.
So the Japa system is not a book. It's not a book. It's a course. Yeah. And then of course it involves the Japa system and those 2 bonuses that I showed you. Yes, the 40K covers all of them.
Okay. The next question. This person is saying, can someone who already has a master's program go for a diploma course in Canada? Also, how good is Seneca College?
Seneca College is good. Seneca College is in Ontario. It's a good school. And then if you had a master's, when you say diploma, are you talking about undergraduates? Because if you have a master's, I would not advise you to go to a diploma. A visa officer will find it difficult to give you visa. That's it.
Okay. Okay, ma. Next question. Can a HND holder get direct master's or MBA?
I'm going to just say no. So a HND is not the equivalent of a bachelor's. In Canada, I've actually seen 1 or 2 schools that do take HND, but there are other requirements to it. But generally, no. A HND is not it's not equivalent to a BSc for masters.
Okay.
But let me just say something, because I can see a question. After applying for a PGD, like if you do a PGD, you can do a master's if you wanted, but you don't have to, because if you do a PGD, you can also use that to apply for permanent residence. I said if your schooling is more than 8 months. So even if you did a bachelor's, you can use that to apply for permanent residence. So long as you have schooled for 2 terms or more. Do you understand? Whether it's PGD, nobody is discriminating. You can use all of that to apply for permanent residence.
Okay, ma'am. Next question. At what point is the proof of funds expected to be provided? So
at the point
asking, can I apply while building my proof of funds?
So you can apply to schools. So you can apply for admission while building your proof of funds. But then by the time you're applying for visa, that proof of funds should have been in your account 4 to 6 months.
Okay.
So, yeah, 4 to 6 months.
Okay. Next question. This person is saying he has an admission for master's in winter, but having issues with funding. If there is any external scholarship body / organization in Canada that helps with funding if you have admission?
Yes, there are organizations that help with loan and funding. I already said that. We have a couple of videos in the Japa system that tells you who those organizations are and how you can apply. But of course, I'm not part of those organizations, so I can't guarantee that you're going to get a loan, but they do give loans.
Okay. Next question. This person is asking, after my PDG in Canada, can I apply for my master's from directly to Canada? Also, does it increase my chances of a PR?
I just said that. I just answered that. Now, yes, you can apply for master's if you need to. Do you understand? I don't see why you want to do that. But if you are bent on having a master's yet, having a master's does not increase your chances of PR. Studying in Canada does. So you have studied. Do you understand? So if you did a 2-year PGD and you want to go and do another 2 years master's, so you have 4 years of study, you're only still going to get 3 years of post-graduation work permit. Yeah. So it does, master's doesn't increase the chances. No.
Okay. Ma'am, can you take a chance to go over how they can apply for the Japa system again? I think some people are just joining in.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so the Japa system, you got here, you were invited by someone, okay? So whoever invited you here can give you the link to the sales page where you can see the rest of the videos, you can read the sales page, and there are buttons in that sales page that you can click to purchase the Japa system. Whoever sent you this webinar link, go and ask them. they will be able to give it to you.
Okay. The next question. This person is saying he graduated with a degree from human anatomy with third class. He wants to study nursing as a second degree, and he's asking if they can get admission for a diploma, or should they go for a diploma, a direct admission or a diploma.
Excuse me. So if you had a third class, now usually if you have done a degree before and you have a third class, it's usually better to go for a postgraduate program. Okay. When you are in Canada, you can always change your course. Just do what will get you visa. That's my own advice. Whatever will get you visa, get it in. That's why Indians are so many here. They take anything to come into Canada, and then they change. Nigerians will be asking questions. Can I do nothing? Can I do? Those ones don't even send. Do you understand? The most important thing is for you to get into Canada. While you are here, you can change your course of study. If you want to do nothing, and you know it'll be difficult, and you're asking all these questions, why not do something that can get you into Canada? And when you're here, you change.
Okay, next question. This person is asking if it's possible to do a guide / requirement for express entry or provincial nominee.
Okay, so express entry is currently closed, so no guide is going to do you any good. It's going to be open next month if there's no change. And yes, there will be a guide. So we're coming up with a guide for express entry first, and then after that, to come up with a guide for provincial nominee program. Though both of them are very related. And provincial nominee program usually works best if you're in Canada. Yeah, best if you're in Canada, you don't have any problem. It's more difficult if you're outside, but we are can you give me the name of this person that is writing this rubbish? I just want to know the name. Can you give me the name? Somebody is right. Yeah, no, yes, Ato by Jaye. Okay. Okay. Just give me 1 second. Let me remove them. Okay, we can go on.
Okay, so the next question, this person is saying he got an admission into CBU Canada for 4 sessions. What is the effect of deferring the admission till winter on my visa approval?
So they have visa approval?
I think so. The person is saying deferring my admission till winter on my visa approval.
Okay, so if you already had your visa approved, it is not advisable to go and defer, because even if you ask the school that you want to defer, what's the reason? I guess it depends on the school. And then if you stay in, if you're out of, like, if you're not able to travel before the time that you're supposed to travel on your passport, you will not be able to travel again. You have to now apply for your visa all over again. Okay, so there's a time that you have to be in Canada. If you're not there and you haven't, and the school hasn't deferred and sent that information to IRCC, you would have to start the process all over again.
Okay, next question. What type of medical examination are done for the visa?
Okay, so I guess it's basic medical examination. The most important thing is that they want to find out if you have any medical conditions that will cost the government a lot of money. So I don't know the specifics, but I know they do normal eye, ear, they check, take your blood, urine. I don't know what they check, yes. But if you have a serious medical condition, then you know, and the doctors will tell you, and they'll tell you what to do.
Okay, next question. This person is asking, which school? Oh, no. Can I be studying and working?
Can I do what?
If he can be working and studying at the same time.
So I think when I was talking about studying in Canada, I hope I said that you can work 20 hours a week. I did say that. So you can work 20 hours a week as a student. Yes, study and work. That's what even high school students, they study and work. So why not?
Okay, so we have someone here who is saying what he has is a WAEC result, not a university degree or something, if they can still apply for the visa.
Yes, that means he's applying for undergraduate. If you have WAEC, you are doing undergraduate now. Yes, that person is applying for undergraduate.
Okay.
Are you finding it difficult to read the questions? Are you copying
I'm
them?
finding it difficult. No, most of the questions there are things you've said during the presentation.
Okay, I saw someone, it passed, but this person talked about I am 52 years old or something. And I showed the testimonial of somebody who was 49 years old. Yeah, and they came to Canada to study. So yes, so I mean, are you applying for postgraduate? Are you applying for undergraduate? Do you understand? Do you have a reason to come and study? Like, age generally is not an issue, just depends on what level of study you're coming with and what your results are like, what your background is like. So you can come into Canada to study.
Okay. So the next question.
Sorry to interrupt you. So chances, I've seen that question a bit, chances of approval after the refusal. So we have people that we've applied for who have been refused before. So if you've been refused before, you can still be approved. And I don't want to go into all that. Canada visa officers, you have to convince a visa officer. So you might not be able to convince one and you can convince the other one. Do you understand? So even after a refusal, you can still get approved. Yeah, easily happens all the time. A lot of people who are here they were refused before, but they are still here. So
okay.
Yeah.
So the next question. This person is asking, does the 10,000 Canadian dollar, which is needed by the IRCC for the VO to approve your visa, does it comprises of tuition and accommodation? And also, how is the seller payments done? Can you use MTN, Momo, or Vodafone cash for the payment?
Okay, so seller payment is usually with ATM, your ATM card, or you do by transfer. Okay, so if you look at the sales page, it's explained there. So if you're doing transfer, you need to make the transfer, come back to seller and tell them and click I made it within 30 minutes, or you can just pay with your ATM card. And then the other question is the $10,000 does not cover tuition. So $10,000 for a whole year is for your accommodation, your living expenses, for you to buy clothes, for you to feed, and all that. It doesn't cover tuition. It's just, that's why it's called living expenses. Tuition is tuition. Living expenses is living expenses. They are different.
Okay, next question. This person is saying, with an MSc, can I have a waiver on GMHC for MBA in Canada public school, specifically public school?
Yes, most of them will not give a waiver. A lot of them will not give a waiver, except you go and apply for the schools that do not ask for GMAT and GRE, and there are schools that don't ask. Yeah, they might be a bit more expensive, but then they're not asking you for GMAT. But the ones that do ask, most times will not take a waiver. You must give them the GMAT.
Okay. Next question. For someone with NCE, what program can the person fit in?
They can do a diploma or advanced diploma. And depending, we can even get the person a postgraduate, but that's a different thing. It's quite difficult discussion. They can do a diploma or an advanced diploma.
Okay,
so someone is asking,
saying,
sorry, I'm so sorry. When I see questions that I know, it's asking the living expenses, is it paid to someone? So you don't pay living expenses to anybody. You just show that you have it. You understand? Because you're paying, it's for rent now, food. You're not paying it to someone. You're showing that, you know, when you are here in Canada, you can actually buy food, pay rent. So the monies, you are showing that I have it in my bank account or my sponsor has it. So that's how it works. Go ahead, Bastina.
Okay. I think you just answered this. Okay, can an international undergraduate student starting her first year of study get a study loan?
So study loans are given by loan organizations, like I said, and yes, if you do qualify and meet their requirements, you can. That's the purpose now, to get a study loan to go and study from your first year. So yes, those loans are not given by Canada government or the schools; they are given by third-party organizations, and they want to give loans because that's their business. That's what they do for a living. So yes, you can get it from year one.
Okay. Next question. How much do I need for the application through the study route because I'm funding myself?
So I already answered that. You need enough money to cost. So I can't tell you 1 million naira or $2 million. You need $10,000, at least that one I can say, for the duration of your study. Then you need your tuition. So if you're coming to study for 1 year and your tuition is 15,000, you need to show at least $10,000 plus 15,000. That's 25,000 Canadian dollars. Do you understand? At least. So of course you need monies to pay your flights, some extra monies. If you are the sole breadwinner for your family, then there needs to be money for your family to feed while you're here. If your spouse is working, then you don't need to worry about that. So cover your tuition, cover your living expenses. That's how much you need. Someone is asking, what about if you have PGD? I've seen that question a lot. If you have PGD in Nigeria, what's the question? It keeps flying.
If you have a PGD in Nigeria, can you use it to apply for a master's in Canada?
You can't. You can't even use a PGD from UK. So no.
Okay, so someone is asking how they can get access to you, your contact.
Okay, so my contact is inside the Japa system. So if you do make your purchase, and then you are able to log into your system, my contact information is there. My Canadian number is there, my email, support email, my Nigerian WhatsApp number where I'm very active. Everything is inside the Japa system. So just that's the way you can get access to me.
Okay. Next question. This person is saying, if the school gives you an admission and your visa was not approved, would there be a refund for the tuition?
Yes. So if you had paid tuition, a lot of the schools, when they send you a letter of admission, their tuition refund policy is always in the letter. Please try and always read it. Okay. So if you can show them that, yes, I was denied visa, they will refund your tuition to you. They will.
Okay, this next question, this person is asking, must my sponsor be related?
Well, it is recommended that they be related, but of course, we've done plenty of visas for people who have sponsors that are not related. But the most important thing is that sponsor that is not related should explain clearly why are they sponsoring, why are they willing to spend all that money for you. You are not their relation, you are not their cousin or their daughter or whatever, but they can sponsor you and give like convincing reasons for it. Okay, because the reason is because these visa officers that do Nigerian and African, like Nigerian, Ghana, Kenya, they have been trained to understand our mentality. So they know that Nigerians go and forge this thing, just go and carry one of your friends. So you need to, who is this person? Just give me this person's name. I'm going to remove this person. Agustina, can you check this person that is writing this rubbish? If you need that, it's not here now. So what was I saying now?
Marinda. I mean Miranda.
Miranda what? Just Miranda, huh?
Okay. Just Miranda.
All right. So
then a woman is asking, she said, for a mother of two, the proof of funds, how much does she need?
I just answered that question. Proof of funds, like I said, tuition and living expenses. If you are going with 2 children, you need 10,000 for yourself, 4,000 for the first child, and 3,000 for the second child. So that's 17,000 plus $17,000 for the 3 of you plus your tuition. So that's so living expenses is 10,000 for the applicant, 4,000 for the first dependent, 3,000 for every other dependent. Supervisor, someone is asking if the supervisor they are looking for must be in the school they are applying to. Yes. How do you get a supervisor in another school? And someone asked, I see a question about a fiance. If you have a fiance is not a wife, and a fiance is not a husband. So they are not your spouse. So they are not legally bound to you. They cannot apply as a dependent. You cannot invite them to Canada, or except you have married them. Okay. So fiance is not family.
Okay. Next person is asking if he can apply to schools when he's in the P and P stream with 357 score.
It's in the PMP stream. PMP? Is in PMP?
Yes, PMP, yes.
How is it? I just said that nobody's processing PMP now. And express entry for those who are outside of Canada. Right now, nobody's processing it. So you might be in the pool, but it's not being processed. But from next month, July, they said they would start express entry. Nobody said anything about PNP. And yes, you can apply. You can apply for study permit even though you're in the PMP. And you can combine two WAEC results. Somebody's asking. It's a bit. Usually, I would say ask the schools. If an agent is applying for you, yes, we can talk to the schools. They can combine two. A lot of times they don't even understand what that is. But yes, generally you can combine two results.
Okay. This other person is asking, is saying a university from Canada offered her daughter admission without the English exam, if it's possible.
Yes. Without the IELTS, yes, it is possible. Yes.
Okay. The next question, do the schools offer MSc International Relations?
Which school?
You just said to the school.
I don't just ask the next question. I can't answer. I don't know. You can ask me about specific schools. Go to the website of the school and check. It's very easy now. You don't have to ask that here.
Okay. Next question. What is the significance of A-level results for international admission for undergraduates?
A-level results?
Yes.
So A-level results are used for undergraduates. A-level results are usually used in the US. It's not very common in Canada. If you're from Nigeria, they want to see WAEC. Do you understand? It's WAEC or a transcript from your school. It's the US that uses that A-level.
Okay, the next person. So what about someone whose passport expires in 2023? Can he or she apply?
Okay, so 2023 is from January to December. You didn't say the month. Like I said before, you must have at least 6 months validity on your passport by the time you want to travel. Do you understand? Yeah, so if your passport is expiring in 6 months' time, yes, renew it. If it's in 2023, maybe in December, come in with it. You can always renew your passport in Canada here. There's a Nigerian embassy in Ottawa, so you can always travel to Ottawa and renew your passport. That's not a problem. The most important thing is you have enough validity to travel from Nigeria to Canada, and you need at least 6 months.
Okay, next question. Person is asked the difference between a college and a university over there.
So a college offers degrees and then some diplomas. A university offers degrees and diplomas. A college offers only diplomas. So most times colleges don't do degrees, but there are colleges that actually do the BSc, they do bachelors, do you understand? And how do I explain it now? College is work-oriented, so it's career-oriented. The programs they have are programs that you can just finish and start work. But university is academic. When you finish, you probably do a master's and then a PhD. College is not like that. They prepare you for work. Just you get to work in the company, you get to do internship. From there, you start working. That's just the difference. It's the type of programs that they offer that makes them different.
Okay, last question. What level of education can I apply for as I already have an MBA?
You can apply for a master's. An MBA is a terminal degree, so you can't apply for a PhD with an MBA, so you can apply for a master's.
Okay, next question. Must I pay for school fees before traveling? That's once you be granted admission. Do they pay immediately before their visa is in?
So when you get your letter of admission, so Augustine, I have paused the chat so that we can actually look through the questions before people, so that it stops coming in. Okay, so when you do get your letter of admission, the school might say, pay $1,500 to hold your seat, or pay your first term fees of $5,000 or whatever, before they give you an unconditional letter of admission. So if the school is asking you to pay, please pay. If the school is not asking you to pay, don't even pay. Do you understand? You don't have to. Paying does not, people say paying increases your chance of getting visa. It doesn't, okay? So long as you show that you can pay. So if they do ask you to pay, pay. If they don't ask to pay, you don't have to. But if you feel like you can. So we have a chance to answer these questions before we open the chat again for more questions.
Okay.
Are you able to scroll the chat? You're not, right?
Yes. Yes,
You
I
are.
am. I
Okay.
am. Yes. So
So
there is a question asking if you have a template for the SOP.
yes, we do have templates. We have templates and we have samples in the Japa system for SOP. We do.
Okay. The next question, how many years work permit is given after a 1-year master program?
A 1-year work permit. 1 year equals to 1 year.
Okay. As a diploma holder, what certificate can you apply for?
Advanced diploma. I think we've answered that before. You can do an advanced diploma.
Yeah, I think most people are just joining in and they're just
And they're
joining in with the
asking,
Q&A.
okay.
They're asking all over again, all over again.
Okay, let's answer the ones that are here first. Oh, can my fiance in Canada be my sponsor? I know I saw fiance somewhere. Your fiance in Canada, can they be your sponsor? That's a difficult question, though. Are they, how do you know, how do we know that they are your fiance? This kind of fiance things in Canada, they can be somehow, but well, I guess if you have no other option, I guess they can. You can show evidence that it's your fiance, you can show WhatsApp chats, you can show pictures or whatever. If not, the visa officer might not believe this because we are Nigerians. You understand? They would think it's one of those things that we do. So that's the best way I can answer that question.
So this person is asking if he and his cousins can use the Japa system.
No,
that
Japa system is one per person. Oh. And the thing is that Japa system, we can deny your access. Do you understand? If you are logged into more than one device, it will give you an error. And if you continue to give your password to your cousin and they are logging in from another IP address, the system will detect it. The Japa system is that smart, okay? You will see an error that you have gone beyond the number of devices that are supposed to log in. So let your cousin buy their own, you buy your own. Because I will only even support one person per Japa system. Great question.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next question. Do I need to get a scholarship before I apply for study route?
So funny question. Get scholarship from where? Okay, so there are organizations that do give scholarships. So they say maybe they're giving scholarship to Indian students, scholarship to women, scholarship to this. Even with those organizations, you still need to have an admission. Do you understand? Then the way Canada is, if you qualify for a scholarship, you will be given, it will be in your letter of application. Do you understand? There are really very few scholarships that you have to do something different. They will say, applying to the program is applying to scholarship. Do you understand? Except those scholarships that are available to you when you're a student. So those are the ones that they will ask you to submit a letter or submit something. If not, usually applying to study is applying for scholarship, except it's a different scholarship, like a different scholarship body, scholarship for girls, scholarship for, different scholarships. So the requirements are usually there. How much is the Japa system? It's 40,000. Maybe this person is just coming. Yes, it's a must that you must provide proof of funds because the government doesn't want you to come to Canada and be stranded. Even you don't even want to come to another country and be stranded now. Do you understand? So that's why proof of funds is important. But then you can work 20 hours a week as a student, and then of course, you earn money to pay your accommodation, you earn money to eat, and then the Japa system is 40,000. You can go ahead. Oh goodness, who is this person? How do I even delete this thing? Augustine, are you there? Oh goodness, don't tell me she has dropped. 1 second. Okay, I will answer the question until Augustina comes back. No, Augustina is here now.
Can you hear me, Mom?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so this person is asking, if I have been given a scholarship that can also cover living expenses, can it be used as proof of funds?
So scholarship is proof of funds, definitely. Scholarship is proof of funds. Funding is proof of funds. The only thing is that if your scholarship or your funding only covers part of your tuition and not your living expenses, whatever it doesn't cover, you would still have to show funds for what it doesn't cover, but it is proof of funds. So if your school has given you 15,000, that's already 15,000 in the bag. You don't have to show that 15,000 from your own money again. It's already proof of funds.
Okay, this person is saying, what if I have someone that stays over there? Do I still need to show proof of funds for living expenses?
So are you going to school in their town? Is it like you have someone, the person might be in BC and schooling in Ontario? Do you understand? If the person is in your town, you're going to school, like for example, if you're coming to Niagara College and the person lives in Niagara and the person is able to write a letter to say, I'm working, this is my payslip, this is where I live, I will take care of her living, of her feeding and her living accommodation, then it will affect proof of funds. Do you understand? But then the person has to be living here, not that the person is a student and then wants to take another student, like a resident, permanent resident or citizen, and they are taking that responsibility. It will affect your proof of funds, yes.
Okay, next question. Can your proof of funds be in domiciliary accounts?
It can be
USD
anywhere.
in Nigeria?
Anything, yes.
Okay, anywhere.
And
does the school allow part of full payment?
I've answered that question before now. So you can't, like, school fees are paid every term, just the way you do it normally now in Nigeria. It's every term. So even if your school fees is 15,000 for a year and it's 2 terms, you pay termly. You don't just come and give them 15,000 goa. No, you pay termly. So even if they ask you to pay the part of the first term fees, you only pay the other term when that term starts. So it's termly. You pay every term. When you pay every term, you register, then you go to school. That term closes, the next term, you register, you pay fees, you go to school. That's how it works.
Okay, next question. This person is asking, if someone is sponsoring me, should the 10,000 Canadian dollar be in his or her account, or should it be in my own account?
It doesn't matter. Now, if the person is your relation, maybe your spouse, your parent, it can be in their own account, doesn't matter. But if all these ones that are third party, so if it's a third party, it's a company, it is good for them to send the money to your account. And of course, when you are explaining in your SOP or your LOE, you say that you got that money from them, and then they are willing to give you their bank statement that shows where they moved that money to you. Do you understand? So it can be in your account or in theirs. If it's a company or a third party, it is always best for them to send the money to you. I know that's where there's problem. People don't send the money, but it's best.
Okay, next question. The name on my passport does not match the name on my result, but I have an affidavit. Do I need to change it?
You need to change what? Do you understand? Do you need to change what?
Yeah, the names on the passport do not match.
But they have an affidavit. So your affidavit shows that you changed names or something. That question is unclear. So if the names don't match, did you get married? Why did you change your name? If you got married, your marriage certificate is enough. If you change your name because your father was Ogun and you're changing it to Ade, then you did a newspaper publication or something. So that newspaper publication plus an affidavit is enough. So you don't have to change the name on your passport until maybe when you're doing your passport again.
Okay, next question. Can I use my NECO results I got in 2013 for undergraduate, even though I already have HND?
I will not advise you to do that. Why will you have HND and go and be using NECO to do undergraduate? What's like, these are the things agents tell. Why do you want to do that? No, don't do that. And if an agent tells you to do that, tell them no.
Okay, The next question. I have a class in BSc, but have 4.5 GP in postgraduate degree. What do I apply for?
Postgraduate diploma. Postgraduate diploma, that's what you apply for.
Okay, I think this should be
This is it.
close to the last question. No, can I convert my visa, my visit visa to student visa in Canada?
No. You have to come with student visa. You can't come with visit visa and study or come, no. You have to come with visa. So
Okay.
I've opened the chat again, so people can actually
I
now
think we're
chat.
done for that.
So if you have more questions, you can put in your questions now.
Okay, this question. Can someone that studied nursing from the School of Nursing and Midwifery go for undergraduate or postgraduate?
Okay, so when it comes to nursing, there are a lot of things to look out because different schools have different whatever. Now, the time you got your School of Nursing is very important. So if that's been long ago, you might have to do a diploma again, and then they'll now have to look at your WAEC result. And the reason because nursing is very competitive. It is crazy competitive. So, so nursing is on a case-by-case basis, but you can do either. You can do a postgraduate diploma, and you can do a diploma as well.
Okay, this person is asking, can an ordinary diploma get you a good job in Canada?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. What is a good job? What's a good job? I don't know. What is an ordinary? Okay, ordinary diploma. People who came out of high school. People who came out of high school and did diploma, they are working now. But your definition of good job is what I don't know. You can't be you can't finish a diploma and say you want to come and be a manager now. It won't work. Do you understand? So you get a job that is attuned with your level of study.
Okay, next question. Do you have to pay for biometric verification at the embassy?
You have to pay for biometric when you're applying for visa. If you haven't done biometrics before. So if you've done biometrics in the last 10 years, you will not pay. But if you've not done biometrics to Canada in the last 10 years, you will pay at the point of visa. I think it's $85 or so.
Okay. This person is saying he has a HND in music. Can he get an admission in postgraduate in music or related program?
He has to check. I don't know.
HND.
I can't answer. That's a specific question. I don't know. I don't know the schools that offer HND in music, or even if there is a HND in music. I'm so sorry. You have to just go and check.
Okay. I think you've answered this, but I'll read it out. No, like you answered this during the presentation, but I'll read it out. He said, I have 2 account statements and the funds in my account covers my proof of payment, but the funds have been in the account in less than 4 months. Can I use it to apply?
No, you wait for it to reach 4 months before you apply. The funds should be there at least. I even say 6 months personally, but well, if you can't wait and you have it for 4 months, it's better to allow it to reach 4 months.
Okay. HND holder is asking if you should either go for a master's or an advanced diploma.
A postgraduate diploma.
Okay. This person is asking what could make someone's visa be denied after being given admission by a school?
I talked about that during the presentation. I don't know whether you were not here. Number 1, you did not meet the requirements for studying in Canada. Number 2, you did not convince the visa officer that your study is genuine and that you will come back to your country after studies. There are different reasons. 1,000,001 reasons. Maybe your finances, maybe your SOP was weak, maybe your level of study was not progressive. There are 1,000,001 things that you can be denied for, even though you have been given admission.
Okay, so most of these questions, like I said earlier,
I've been answered.
Okay. No, not just answered. You made.
I talked about them in the
presentation, extensively in the presentation. I don't know if you want to go over them.
Okay, let me just hear. We have a few minutes. We have like 20 minutes. So yes, I can do that.
Okay, okay. So this person is
There's no
asking.
discount for the course. Somebody's asking if there's a discount for the course.
Yes,
No, there's no
the person
discount.
has an asking.
40,000. No discount today.
So this
Sorry.
person is okay. So this person is asking, when should he apply for medical? After visa approval or before applying for visa?
So there's no way your visa will be approved before medicals. It's not possible. That's an anomaly. So you can apply for medicals before you apply for visa. Or if you don't, well, I don't know. Or you can just apply for your visa and then wait for them to request for medicals, okay? So usually some people use that as a gauge. So if a visa officer it says go and get medical, so you know that they want to approve your visa, okay? But then if you already submitted medicals, then it's faster because they are not coming back to ask you for medicals, you understand? And your medicals is valid for 1 year. So you can actually do medicals. It's valid for 1 year and then use it to apply for your visa and it's faster. Yeah, so most agents will ask you, like, if we were doing it for you, we would recommend that you go and do your medicals before applying.
Okay, next question. This person is asking if NAPTEP result is acceptable.
I've not seen any school asking for NAPTEP. I've only seen WAEC and then some schools NECO. I don't know what NAPTEP is. No.
Okay.
I'm not aware of NAPTEP, no.
So the next question. What is the relevance of professional qualification? ICANN, CICN, Compliance Institute of Nigeria, in applying for master's program in Canada. Is there any relevance?
So those will just so those are things that you can help your application to stand out. So it shows that, okay, I've been in this institute of management, so that means that I have been involved in management. The thing with applying to masters is that they are going to take fewer people than people that applied. Just so if they want to take 50 people, I'm just giving an example, 1,000 people will apply. And then they need to start trimming down. So those are some of the things that can make you stand out when the admission committee is looking at your applications. Apart from that, there's nothing else because ICANN is not used in Canada. If you come to Canada, you still have to do the accountant's professional exams if you wanted to be a chartered accountant here. Do you understand? So they still have their own exams. That is where the professional helps. Somebody's asking if they can combine WAEC and I've answered it before. Yes, you can.
Okay, so next question. This person is saying he has a BSc and a master's degree, but he wants to apply for college instead of university. Is it possible?
You want to apply for college, apply for what? Is it a postgraduate certificate? Is it it is possible to apply for a postgraduate certificate in a college, but then you have to explain to a visa officer why you're doing that and why you're not going for another master's. Everything is about convincing the visa officer. So if you can convince them, yes, you can. Okay. You cannot use a retirement savings account for proof of funds. I think I said that when I was presenting and somebody's asking. You cannot. It's not a proof of funds because it's not available to you until you are retired, and the 25% even is available to you only after 4 months of not working. Okay, so it's too dicey. Don't depend on that.
Okay, this is on a CGPA question. It said he has a CGPA of 2.52 if he can apply.
You can apply now. Why not? So CGPA of 1.97 applying. You can apply.
Okay, so this is a transcript issue saying I graduated since 2008 and the date of birth on my transcript is different from that on my national ID card and my stationary declaration of page. What should I do? Please.
Say that again.
I graduated since 2008 and the date of birth on my transcript is different from that on my national ID card. And my statutory declaration of age What should I do, please?
Okay, so try and harmonize it now. Why do you have different dates of birth anyway? So one of them is a lie and one is the truth. So go to the court and go to the court and get a statement of an affidavit that shows this is my date of birth. The court knows what to do. When you go there, they will know what to do. You want an affidavit of date of birth or something. So you use that affidavit in conjunction with your passport and maybe all those other things to say that this is my correct date of birth and the other ones are errors. That's how it works.
Okay.
So is there a specific hospital where medical can be done? Somebody's asking. I'm glad you're asking that question. There are only 2 hospitals because I know that, you know, some fake agents will tell you to go and do your medicals in General Hospital. No, there are only 2 hospitals. There's one called Q Life. I'm going to write it here. There's Q Life and there's IOM. So these hospitals are in Lagos and Abuja. That's the 2 places that I know. I don't know if they're in any other place. Q Life is in Victoria Island. IOM is in Ikeja. Those are the only 2 hospitals. If you want to know also, you can go to IRCC website and look for where can I do my medicals in Nigeria. It is there on their website. The names of the hospitals are there. Those 2 hospitals.
Okay. So next question. I'm currently a student in my second year doing information technology. I still have 1 year to graduate for my bachelor's degree. How do I go about this opportunity?
How do I go about what?
This opportunity, saying he has one year to graduate.
Okay, graduate now. I would advise you to graduate. If you want to do transfer from one school, a lot of Canadian schools don't do that. Do you understand? It's very problematic. So graduate. Canada is not running away. And 1 year will pass before you know. Then you can now apply. Can I travel with my spouse? Yes, I can see that question. Yeah. Someone's asking. Yes, you can travel with your spouse. You just need to show funds and then proof of home ties and all the other normal things. But yes. We had someone who even came in. They just came in last month, 6 weeks ago, and it was the entire family. So you can.
So this person is asking, how can they get access to the replay sessions?
Okay, so the replay sessions will be made available to the affiliates and then whoever invited you here, I'm going to be posting it in the group that I created and then sending it to all the affiliates. So ask the person that sent you here. I'm going to send every one of them the link to the replay. Then you can get it. It's going to be available for public consumption.
Okay. Okay, so this question. I did my biometrics for visiting visa last year, January. Till now, I have not received message/call from the embassy. If it's been approved or denied, nothing has been sent. So he's asking if he has been denied or what the delay is all about.
Okay, so I keep saying it, that Canada is not processing transit visas for people outside of Canada. If you are a relation to a permanent resident or a Canadian citizen, they will process. But if you're just coming for visit, I just want to come and visit Canada, your visa is hanging or your application is hanging. It's not even being processed. You understand? Processing time is 1 year, 365 days. So so transit visas are not being you can withdraw it or you can just wait until they get back to you.
Okay, next question. How long does it take to complete the admission process?
So it depends. I mean, it's different schools. Some schools will do it in 6 weeks. Some schools will do it in 1 month. An agency can do it in 1 week. If it's an agent that is affiliated with the school, we can do it in 1 week, but then it depends. And then for masters, if you're applying to a university, it will be after their closing date. So universities are different in that way. So if they open up application in, let's say they open application in October and it's closing in February, they will not give anybody admission until after the closing date. Do you understand? That's how it works for universities and for masters. Somebody asked, I have an MSc, can I go for another MSc? Yes. Yeah. You're looking at the proof here. I had an MSc and I came here and I did another MSc. So I am proof that it can be done.
Okay, next question. What is the cost of your professional services?
Professional services we do for only those who get the Japa system. And then if you get the Japa system, I can tell you the cost of our professional services. So that's not information for everybody, only for Japa. Because what we did shouldn't do you any good, because we will not process for you except you have Japa system. So we can talk about that after you purchase.
Okay, next question. Is Japa system a video or a textbook?
It's a course, so it's a combination of videos and PDF documents. There is no book there. There's nothing downloadable there. So it's a course, videos, PDFs, and all that. That's what it is.
Okay. You've answered this person. I don't know. The person is asking the same question. Said, can I match to my results to apply? Yes, you can.
Thank you.
Your question has been answered. Yes, you can. He just spam in the comment section.
Yes, and I'm going to remove the person now. I will remove you. What's your name, Seth? I will remove you. Tell me the name. Let me even mark it. Can they ask again? I'll remove them, because you can't just be doing that.
So this next person, can I travel with my husband and my Canadian-born child for study?
Amazing. You have a Canadian-born child that can just stroll into Canada when they like. Yes, you can. You can. Somebody's asking, how do you handle study gap, which is a great question. Okay, so study gap, obviously you've been doing something, you can prove that I've been working, or I've been doing this, and now I want to get skills to be able to improve in my career, or I want to go back to academics. If you want to do a PhD, I actually want to teach. That's been my dream. That's the way you explain study gap. Yeah. So there are schools that will not take, their colleges, I don't want to mention their names, that 5-year gap is their own. There are a lot of other schools that don't have that problem. Doesn't matter the gap, they will still take. Yeah. So that's how you deal with study gap.
Okay, next person. If you want to resume January, can you start the application July? Or July is for those that want to resume September? Also, someone below 18 years study and work in Canada.
Okay, so you can start for January now. This is the best time. Someone that is going July for September, they are a bit late, you understand? Not completely, because depending on how long it takes to process their visa. So yes, this is the best time to apply for January. And then someone that's 18 years below, can they work? Is that the question?
Yes, can they study and work in Canada?
Yes, yes. Yes, I've said it before. I said high school students work 15, 13, 14. Yes, you can work. Yeah.
Okay, next person is asking you to please elaborate.
So I need to remove someone. I need this person's name.
The person, another person. The name is, oh my God.
Is it jumping? The name is what?
Penny.
What?
It's spamming the.
Yeah, did you get the name?
Yes, I sent it to you now.
Okay. Oh. Is that the actual name?
Yes, that's the name tagged to the person.
I didn't see that name.
That's the name tag to the person.
Okay, let me just scroll and see if I can see the name. I'm sorry, 1 second. Let me just sort this out. Some people are just like idiots. I have no work. Just continue asking. Let me just look for the person.
Okay, the next question. If I receive funding or scholarship or want to come with my dependents, do I still need to show proof of funds for my dependents?
Yes. Your this thing covers you now. So you still need to show proof of funds for them.
Okay, next question. Also, would you suggest one complete the study route process first before applying to move their dependents, or to do it at once?
So like it depends. Like if you ask me, I usually say, just get yourself here first, and then of course your family can apply later. That's usually like the safest thing to do, because then you don't need to show all that money, and then the possibility of you being denied is not there. Do you understand? It's reduced, so to speak. So it's best to do it that way. Okay, I can't find the person, but that's fine.
Next question. I graduated in 2018 from National Open University of Nigeria with degree in environmental science and resources management with 2-1. I want to know if I can apply for research-based courses in Canada, and what's the assurance of getting funding from the school?
Okay, so nobody's going to give you assurance of funding. Getting funding is the strength of your application. And they say they studied what again?
Environmental science and resources management.
Okay, so getting funding depends on the strength of your environmental is one of those programs that does get funding, but then it depends on the strength of your GPA and your research topic. That's what will determine whether you get a supervisor. So there is no assurance if that's what you're looking for. I can't tell you that you will get now. I'm not the person that will give you funding. So I can't give you an assurance, but then it's the school that will determine that.
Okay, so this person is asking if you can help them to apply.
Yes, we help people who have the Japa system who need the professional service. Yes, we can help.
Okay. Yeah. Next question. I got my visa denied, even though my cousin, who happens to be my sponsor, gave me his bank statement with amount of over 147 Canadian dollars. He even added an affidavit of support that was notarized by the court of my home country. So he's asking if there was any reason why he was denied.
Okay, so first of all, there are 1,000,001 reasons why you could have been denied. Just because your cousin gave you funds, a bank statement that shows the funds, it doesn't mean that you can't be denied. So, I mean, if you want to know why you were denied, just request for your GCMS notes, and then they would have sent you a refusal letter that says why were you denied? Was it for financial reasons? Was it for proof of funds? Was it for purpose of visit? Why were you denied? Do you understand? Was it for travel history? They can deny you for anything now. Do you understand? So, but the most important thing is that you were denied. So get your GCMS notes. You have to apply for that. So the GCMS notes, you will see where the visa officer has written the reason why they denied you. I was not comfortable with this, or I asked, or I saw this, or I saw that, or I didn't see this, I didn't see that. You understand? So there are several reasons they could have denied you. Your GCMS notes will tell you why.
Okay. Next person. Someone with MBA, can he directly apply for master's degree?
Master's, yes, you can.
Okay. Yeah. So next question. Please elaborate again on the seller payment process.
Seller. Okay, so if you want to pay on seller, you click the button to pay, and then you would see two options: pay by bank transfer and then pay with ATM card. I think pay with ATM card, you just put in your card number, your card details, expiry, and the CVV number, and then you click pay. That's it. They'll send you an email. Click here to access. You click and you access. Or you pay by transfer. So if you click transfer, they'll send you an account number. You have to make payment within 30 minutes, I think. So you make payment and then you come back and you click, I have made the transfer. They will send you an email with access. So that's how seller works in a nutshell. That's how it works.
Okay. Next question. Does Japa system include the professional services that give SOP samples and others?
Okay, so the Japa system has strategies for creating SOPs, and it has SOP samples, but it doesn't involve creating an SOP for you. So if you create an SOP, you can send it to us. We have a team that would review it and say, okay, this is where you can change. You don't understand? We're not rewriting it. We're not whatever, but we're just saying you can look at your grammar, or why you haven't included this or that. Japa system doesn't include. So professional services are paid services, which you get if you need. Do you understand? But then you can write your SOP yourself. You can send it to us. We can do a free review. Do you understand? And then there are samples. There are samples there that you can use.
Okay, next question. Can one get a visa approval and be denied a study permit?
So you can get visa approval and be denied study permits. Very rare. Do you understand? Study permits, for you to be denied study permit, that means you're already in Canada. So because study permit is given to you at the airport. So there must be something that goes crazily wrong for you to be denied a study permit at the point of immigration. Crazily wrong. Do you understand? I don't think I've heard of any of that ever happening. I don't think so.
Okay. Next question. Good evening. Please, how can I get a school to do my PhD with full funding? I would like to start by January. Please teach me what I need to know to let me know. Thank you.
How can I get a school to do my PhD?
No. How can I get a school to do my PhD with full funding?
You can get by checking for schools now. All PhD programs that I know, most of them are full funding. So how you can is by checking for schools. You can use the Japa system tools in the Japa system. You check for schools. And then, of course, when you go to a school PhD program, you would see the funding that's available. You contact supervisors, you get the take you, and then you have your funding. It's pretty straightforward, but of course, you have to, it's PhD, very competitive. So you have to get a supervisor. That's it. Can I work only? No. So if you're coming to Canada to study, come and study. Oh. Don't come here and say you want to work. Do you understand? You don't want any problems. You don't want to be deported. You don't. I'm telling you, they'll just be looking at you. At the point that you come and request for something, PR or postgraduate work permit, that's when they will get you. So if you are here to work, if you're here to school, make sure you school. Just that if you want to come and work only, then wait for the express entry to open. Okay. That's a different thing. This one is study and work.
Okay. Next question. Can the Japa system be used for me and my son of 15 years old?
I do not understand. For you and your son?
Yes.
As in, well, I really don't understand that question, but I know that Japa system is for one person. So is it that you and your son wants to come and study? It's not clear. It's not clear. Okay. Because your son is 16. So
15.
15, 15.
Yes.
They can't even come, they can come and do high school. So yes. Okay. So that means you can apply and then your son is your dependent. At 15, they will go to high school.
Yeah. Okay, next question. Can someone apply without a transcript?
No. When I was talking about things you need transcripts. How would they assess you now? How would they evaluate you without a transcript? It's like going to a Nigerian university without JAM or without WAEC. No, but they won't know what to do. They won't know so no, you need it. You need a transcript.
Okay, next question. Good evening. Please, I joined late. How much and how can I get the Japa system?
Japa system is 40,000. The question hasn't finished.
Yeah. How can I get the direct contact for assistance?
Okay, the Japa system is 40,000. How you can purchase it is you can go and ask who sent you the link to the webinar. So somebody invited you to this webinar or you saw it on Facebook or something. Go back to that person and say you want to get the Japa system. They will give you the link to purchase. My contact information is inside, and then you can ask me questions. You can get the professional services. Everything is inside the Japa system. The contact details are there.
Okay. So this next question, a Canadian university offered admission to my daughter even after not submitting letters of recommendation and passport number they asked for, but processed the admission with her WAEC results and birth certificate at All Saints Medical School for Bachelor in Nursing.
Which school?
All Saints Medical, All Saints School of Medicine for Bachelor in Nursing.
What is the question?
I think she's asking if it's true. Like
I don't know. I don't know that
something.
school. You better go and check the school very well and then check if it's a designated learning institute. I don't know that school.
Okay, next question. Do you charge to review SOP after purchasing the Japa system, or it covers both reviewing of SOP?
Okay, so we do review SOPs for free. It's not an in-depth review, so we review and then point out where you can make, we make recommendations in terms of what you can change on the SOP. Do you understand? We say, okay, you know what, you still need to talk about where you worked, or your sentences are too long, or they are too short, or move this to here. So we do all that and we do it for free. It's free.
Okay, so the next question. This person is saying he's using a walking stick, and can a half-disabled person apply to with some metals in the legs due to some health issues?
That can he apply?
Yes, but he has some metals in his legs.
It doesn't matter. No. There's no discrimination against physical disability. No, doesn't matter. You are not mentally ill or anything. So yes, you can apply.
Okay, next question. Please, how far does travel history help in raising my study visa chances?
Okay, so hardly will a visa officer deny you just for study, just for travel history. They would usually like combine it with something else. Now, if you do have travel history to countries like Canada, the US, UK, or any other European country, it does help, yeah, because then it shows that you have gone to one of these countries and returned. It does help. But then even if you do not have travel history, it's not negative. You can't go and be traveling just because you want to go and apply for Canada visa. If you do have, it's good. If you don't have, you explain that you've not had to travel before, but you're going to obey the immigration rules that they give. So that's just it.
Okay, next question. When applying for undergraduate studies, do I need a CV?
Not really, no. No.
Okay. You've answered this, so I'm just going to read it out and answer. Can the Japa system cover for a family, or one must get for each member of the family? Yes, one for each member of the family.
So when they are saying for a family, that question is really confusing, as in, if it's for you and your dependents, then you can get the Japa system and apply for your dependents. But if you want to apply for study permit, or your cousin wants to apply for study permit, then your cousin needs their own. But if it's your dependents, they are not coming to study, they are just your dependents, then you just need one Japa system. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Okay, is COVID vaccination a must before applying for visa?
No. Are you scared of COVID? No, it's not. It's not.
Okay, this question is quite long, so I'll have to read it out. It says, I got an admission to University of Manitoba, Canada.
Okay.
We say Canada Undergraduate Studies. I'm filling my IMME form already. Is it advisable for me to apply alone or with my husband and 2 kids? Which is easier, please, very important. I got my admission offer in 2 weeks. Okay.
I guess it's what I've answered before. If you ask me for my recommendation, I would say apply alone. Do you understand? And then your family can join you. Apply with your family. It involves monies for them, a lot more, whatever. Apply alone. If you're here in Canada, there's no how. One day your family will come. Do you understand? You can't be here without them. So you can apply alone.
Okay,
so it's almost 4. So I've been talking since 2. So I'm just going to give like 15 minutes or so, and then we call it a day. And then when we have the next webinar, we can continue from there.
Okay, so this person is asking when will express entry application will be open.
So the government has said express entry will start in July. That's what they said. Though every day the backlog keeps increasing, but to start in July, and then we will also have a course for express entry in July or before July. So we'll have a course, a program that can also walk you through express entry as well.
Okay. Okay. Okay, this person is saying, I need an answer to this question. He's saying it was answered, or maybe he wasn't here. He said, I applied for a visa earlier this year through an agent, but I didn't hear anything from them. Can I reapply with the study visa? Will it be a conflict of interest?
So which visa did they apply for you for now? If you didn't see anything, did you do biometrics? Do you understand? Did you get called for biometrics? So there's a lot to ask for that question, but yes, you can apply for the study visa since you didn't hear anything, and I don't know the type of visa they applied for you, but yes, you did biometrics. And was it a study visa? Was it a study visa? Was it? It was not. It was a visit visa. So yes, you can apply for a study visa.
Okay, so this next question, this person is asking the 40,000 naira in what currency?
Naira, oh, not dollars, oh, 40,000 naira. Naira.
Okay, next question. Can the applicants and sponsors submit their payslip, or is it just the applicants that need to submit the payslip?
So if you have a sponsor and their employee, they would submit their pay slips as well. So it's both applicant and sponsor, because they need to show the source of funds. Do you understand? So if they say they are working, let us see that they are working. So that's what it is. So both of you will show.
Okay. Last question. Can I get...
Who is saying that I have applied? At what funds do I need to have my proof of funds sitting in my account? Is it 6 months before? There's no interview for Canada. So it's 6 months before you apply. Do you understand? So if you are going to apply in July, that means that money has been there since January to June. Then you apply in June or you apply in July for 6 months. So do you understand? So it's not before interview, and there's no interview. Maybe you submit your application that started counting that 6 months back. So that's how it works.
Okay, last question. Can I apply for MSc in civil engineering without IELTS and with a CWA of 65% and second class upper?
The CWA of 65%. And maybe, yes, you can apply for masters, but then that requirement is it meeting any other school, any school's requirement? That's a very specific question. If you can apply for civil engineering masters, yes, as long as you meet the requirements. That's what I'm going to say. You can apply. O-level is not relevant for MSc program. I've seen that answer. It's not relevant. My POF was deposited in 5 installments. I intend leaving it for 2 weeks and I will get a gift deed. Your money should be there 4 to 6 months. That's all I will say. Because don't go and complicate things for yourself.
All right. Next question. At what point can one apply for spouse work permit?
Anytime. You can apply from day one. I'm in Canada. Yes, I'm in Canada. Am I currently in Canada? Yes, I'm sitting in Canada. I live in Canada. I live in Ontario. So whoever is asking that, so yes, I'm in Canada. You want me to go outside? Yeah, okay.
So the next question, is it a must that someone must...
Someone must what? Oh, what happened to you? Okay, so while we wait for her, I'm going to be asking the questions. What kind of medical is required and which hospital does it? I've already given that information. 2 hospitals, the IOM and the Q Life are the 2 hospitals that do it. The kind of medical information that they look for, I don't know, but I know they take your blood and they take your urine, they do X-ray, they check your eyes, they check your ears. I don't know. They are looking for a serious medical condition. My son just graduated from, okay, let me just pause this so that I can, so I'm going to stop the questions so that we can actually just answer these ones and then we call it a day. Nigerian universities take NACTEB as requirement. Well, Canada is not Nigeria now. When full funding is used as proof of funds, should it also be 6 months before submission? Yeah, full funding. If you're getting funding from a Canadian university or you're getting funding or scholarship, no, it doesn't have to be 6 months. Funding is funding. You can get funding now and easy to apply. So that one is not 6 months. I applied for a master's in a Canadian university. I was asked to pay for application. Will it guarantee my admission into the school? No. They even tell you life. Paying for application, that's the application is, you're paying application to apply. It doesn't guarantee that you will be admitted. It guarantees that they will consider your application. Do Canadian schools offer installment payments? So you pay your fees or your tuition, you pay it every term. So I guess that's installments. You pay school fees every term. My wife has HND in science laboratory. Can she apply for PGD in social work? I doubt it. I doubt it. My son just graduated from high school. Can he get an undergraduate program with work and funding via Japa? So what is your son's WAEC? Undergraduates don't get funding. They can get scholarships. They don't get funding. Is it possible if I get approved, even if I have a study and work gap? Yes. You've been a stay-at-home mom, amazing, but you went to school, yeah? So yes, you can. Do I need to have the proof of funds before admission? No, you don't have it. You don't need to have it before admission, but you need to have it 6 months, 4 to 6 months before applying for visa. I think that's all the questions. I have master's in veterinary surgery. Is it possible to get placement from PhD in veterinary surgery in any school in Canada? I don't understand that question of placement for PhD. I don't understand that question. My agent did a 6-month professional course for me. Is that something as study visa? No. So a 6-month professional course is not the same as study visa. You need to actually study at a DLI for at least 8 months for you to get a post-graduation work permit. So professional program is different. Can I apply with a statement of results instead of a transcript? If it does have all your results, your courses, and what you scored, yes, you can use it. I think I've answered all the questions. I'm not going to be opening the chat again today because we've been here for 2 hours. Masters in accounting, is it a fully funded program? No, it's not. So that is it. Okay, so we're going to have, I'm going to do these webinars a bit more. So we'll do it every 2 weeks. From now, we'll try to do it every 2 weeks. So if you have questions, please ask whoever invited you here. They have, like, whoever invited you here, the affiliates have my contact. They can ask me questions on your behalf. And also, if they send you the sales page, there's a frequently asked questions video at the bottom of the sales page. Just scroll down and look at that video. It answers most of these questions, okay? If you want to get the Japa system, rush to meet the person who invited you, ask them for the link. If you have questions, they can ask me, but they will not give you my contact because they are not supposed to. If you get the Japa system, my contact is in there. Okay, so thank you everybody for being here. It's been 2 hours and it's been exciting. This is something that I love talking about. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about something that I like talking about. And I hope that this was useful to you. If you want to join another webinar, we'll be having another one in 2 weeks' time, and then we can continue this discussion. Okay, thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now. So you can say bye. So I unmuted everybody. You can say bye. Yeah.
Bye for now.
Bye.
So much. God bless you.
Enjoyed so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
You did not answer my question.
Bye.
You did not answer my question.
I tried to answer all the questions. I'm sorry. If I didn't answer your question,
I
I'm
enjoyed
so
the
sorry.
webinar.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Was not answered.
Bye, everybody. Oh, your question was your question wasn't answered.
God bless
Okay,
you.
I have to send the question to me.
Amazing.
Thank you. you. Thank you, everybody.
Bye,
Bye.
Japa.
Bye.
Thank
Thank you so much.
It was nice.
Doing well. Bye.
Bye.
You want to
Ask
jump
if you
like
can
share it.
Thank you so much, ma. God bless you. Continue to bless you.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
So much. God bless you.
Really, really grateful. Bless you, ma.
Thank you very much
Your
for answering my
effort.
question.
So much.
I have a question.